Do you know that sometimes it's necessary for us to prove our love? Maybe you're in a relationship or with your spouse and you have to constantly reassure them that you love them by saying the words, I love you, by living a life to where you shower them with gifts on their birthday or anniversary. You constantly hugging and kissing and adoring them and telling them how much you love them. And maybe with your children you do the same way. But there's proof that we love individuals. The words that come out of our mouth aren't just enough. We have to show that love to the world and those around us. Hi, my name is Pete, and I'm with Gollyhoo Family Discipleship. I'm an ordained minister in the Church of God, and on a daily basis, me and my wife invite you into our home to share in our discipleship process. Today, we're finishing up our discussion on 2 Corinthians chapter 8, and we're going to talk just simply about the final verse of that chapter, verse 24. And it says, Therefore, show these men the proof of your love and the reason of your pride in you, so the church can see it. So the Apostle Paul says, hey, look, I want you to show them the proof of your love of Jesus Christ. And I want you to do this in the form of an offering, a gift. He says, I want you to show the Christians in Jerusalem how much you love them by your willingness to give and support them in their time of need. We live in a day and time to where how we treat each other truly shows the condition of our heart, right? Those that we love, those that we respect, those that we honor, we're going to treat good. It's easy for me to give gifts to Jeremiah and Judah, my boys, right? One's 4, one's 2, and I love to get them gifts because I see the happiness that it causes them, the joy that it puts within their heart. And when they get a new toy or they get something that's unexpected and you surprise them with it, right? That brings me great joy to do that. But what about those around me? Shouldn't I have that same joy to help those, my neighbors, or to help those that I know that are in need? Shouldn't our hearts be welling up in a position to where we show them the proof of our love? The King and Country has a popular song, and the words of it actually says, let my life be a proof of your love. And the song talks about how as a Christian, the way we live our lives is proof to others that we love Jesus Christ. And that's exactly what this scripture is saying. It's probably where the scripture is inspired from, or the song is inspired from this scripture. And what we have to realize is that we are capable of showing others Jesus Christ by the way that we love them. A lot of people don't realize this, but love is always tied to giving. And perhaps the most important example is John 3:16, right? For God so loved the world, what did he do? He gave. He gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. God's love for us is tied to the giving of his Son. A lot of times we don't look at that with our offerings or with those that we help around us or with our giving of our finances. But in actuality, sacrifice is required for love. Right? I sacrifice for my family and I go to work on a daily basis, and sometimes I work long shifts, 12 hours, 6 days a week. And I'm doing that not because I want wealth or I want prosperity, but because I want my family to have what it needs. Right? My love for them is tied for me sacrificing my time away from them to make a living for them. The same is true in other individuals or other relationships, right? If I care about the homeless person that's living underneath the bridge, a lot of times the way I show that love is by giving to them, right? I'm going to make sure they have food. I'm going to make sure they have clothing. I'm going to make sure they have shelter within their life. So I'm sacrificing, showing them the love that I have for them. And in turn, that reveals to them the love of Jesus Christ, which is in my heart. Right? Because we live in a day and time where people are selfish, right? They don't want to give to those who don't have because they want more. They want a bigger house. They want a bigger car, right? They want more money in their bank account. And they could care less about the person down the street or the homeless person underneath the bridge. Well, what Paul says is that we should care about those individuals, and we should show them how much we care for them by how much we're willing to give up for them and how much we're willing to sacrifice for them. So going forward, we want you to examine your heart. Are you being faithful with what God has given you? Are you willing to sacrifice not just for those you love the most, but for those around you who need Jesus Christ in their life? So every day we want to encourage you to do 4 things that we think a disciple will do. And those 4 things is we want you to encounter God. We want you to exalt God. We want you to edify yourself by reading the Word. And we want you to engage this world. Tell the world about Jesus Christ. Show them your love. Maybe it's in the form of your tongue. Maybe it's in the form of your wallet, to where you're willing to give to someone who is in need. So we love you. We thank you. And until next time, God bless.